Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are into gaming, I'm guessing you've probably heard of the concept of GPU power density. It's a term thrown around in the tech world that's basically a measure of how efficiently a laptop can pack its graphics processing unit. What you might not know, though, is that the more powerful your GPU, the lower its power density gets. Sounds kinda weird, right? But that's exactly what makes laptops like the ROG Zephyrus GA503R from ASUS so interesting. The thing is, when you pack a strong GPU into a slim laptop, you've got to make serious compromises on cooling, that is, unless you're ASUS, which has somehow managed to fit that powerful NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 into the GA503R while still keeping it ridiculously svelte. And to be honest, it shows. This thing isn't only about raw power, but about giving you that silky smooth gaming experience on par with a serious desktop setup. Link is in the description if you want to check the latest price on Amazon. I'll get to that in a minute, but first, let's talk about what makes this laptop tick. So, on the inside, you've got an AMD Ryzen 9 6900HS processor with 8 cores, paired up with a respectable 24GB of DDR5 RAM. That, combined with 2TB of SSD storage, basically gives you enough power and storage to not think twice about running multiple programs at once, and storing literally thousands of games and files. But we can't forget about that gorgeous 15.6-inch 2560 by 1440 display. It's basically the perfect balance between size, resolution, and refresh rate. And when it comes to gaming, let's just say this thing's the big leagues. From the moment you fire up the ASUS Armoury Crate software, to the silky smooth rendering of games like Cyberpunk 2077, this thing just screams performance. I was blown away by how little this thing heats up, even when pushing the graphics to the limit. Of course, part of that's down to the clever cooling system, but ASUS deserves major props for managing to fit a laptop that's basically a full-fledged gaming rig inside something this small. Another benefit to this laptop is its connection options. With 3 USB-A, 1 USB-C with display output, and an HDMI out, you can basically hook this thing up to anything you want, whether that's a monitor, an external graphics card, or even a high-end gaming keyboard. But one of the things that really impressed me was the keyboard itself. It's got this gorgeous RGB backlighting that actually makes a huge difference when trying to game in dimly lit environments. Plus, it's got that lovely tactile feedback you want when trying to type or game quickly. Now, let's talk about the cons. I wouldn't say they're gamebreakers or anything, but I have to admit that ASUS has always been a little bit guilty of trying to pack too much into their ROG laptops. This one's no exception. I've got to admit, the battery life here is actually pretty poor. But for most gamers, that's just a part of the deal. We'd rather have a few hours of gaming than some extra juice for Netflix. Another minor con is that the software could really use an update. I mean, I get that ASUS wants to keep things custom to its ecosystem, but sometimes the Armoury Crate software feels like a bit of a mess to me. It's still really powerful, and all that, but it feels like the interface could be tightened up. So there you have it for today's review. Is the ROG Zephyrus GA503R worth it? If you're a serious gamer, the answer is without a doubt yes. Links in the description, and I've also included some more details on the specific price and what's in the box.